I was there for Yamia Sunday, come on.
And also, Papa.
And then the one about video, yeah, one about video, yeah, there you know. Now, Yama, I didn't hear that. The one better, you know, on my screen is. And see. All right, so let's continue to go. We are live on YouTube at this time. So Papa is online. I've seen him. So please, all of you, try to come in a video. If you don't come on video, we'll not even see you on the screen. So please, as part of the activities, you can come for lectures and you hide your face. So please try as much as possible to come. I beg you. Right. If you don't come on video, we'll not even see you as present. Thank you so much. Please, I beg you. Beg you, please try as much as possible to come on video. Else your face will not show on the screen at all. All right. This time, permit me to welcome our dear father who has come. Sorry, I logged on, not knowing I logged on to a different set, so it was like somebody was on. Minutes will be at my meeting, so I think again and realize I use a different link. Come on. Welcome our father, Reverend Rima Apiadankwa, to please take over and handle us in our course today. Papa, Asumbian count. Papa Rima Asumbian count. Hello, Papa. Hello. 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 Koku Berry, are you the one on or what?
Koku Berry, I'm on.
Yeah, Papa, I think it's Kwaku Berima.
Koku doesn't know what you fancy. If you said Koku, my country, Koku.
Papa, me come unti me the phone me do via message check on a laptop unti no e be back Kwaku Berima.
Koku. Mama fancy. All right, so ask Captain, please call Papa. Check if maybe he used a different link.
And we are not going to
yes, the two video and what mute no.
Good morning in America and good night or evening in Australia. Papa, Bachom Pese, Papa, my maybe some kakra now you about program no. Yeah, Bacho festivities period, you know. What should we do? Or should we include the normal sacraments now? You know what your programs like confirmation, baptism, and name, yeah, those kind of things, you know. What your program man.
Question, no. And the liturgy is.
Aye.
Oh, no, the admin feel one kakra mento, o down one, admin feel one kakra. Oko, say yadene a katawan.
Okay.
Oh, admin. Some no can want to be matching myself as a bantias.
I'm so Papa. Why?
Hello, Papa.
Waba, Yes,
And
as
Papa
of
Mpacho, me say program na you draw for liturgy, you know.
a liturgy there, your point because you care papa, nyame adom waba. You know, say liturgy na in PCC there. Area na tawdia. Why? Na me say related to PCC. Right.
Okay.
That's you know, yeah, kasa na we had never no kakana na mental slangs. Why?
Mpacho, you mati, but he said to waste me free baby and one may circle back in your service.
But automatic katawano mami, that's it. Yo, me come go to be Michelle and Fatame cry saying the area uncle. All right, Papa very much up here. That guy, Yamidom, we trail, Yamisha, the brace, Eduava, Yamisha. Thank you so much. I'm if I was not Kuberma, what difference, your boy and so much about. You go good enough. My mother money, my mother go good money.
So move on, Chammy. Technology, me buy actual. Buy my sending message. Grab draws off. Tell me,
so, and no, yet prayers, no. As your phone prayers, no. But this week,
okay.
My big Yamisha, Major.
But
the eye say no, Nipa no ba video who no screen so because you see a boy at home is at least what by class 4th week 1 month who any then Nipa no fan anyone ba who anymore absent or marking absent.
Okay.
Show you.
Someone now marking.
Papa, me nam kwanso me banti a me di wona to you know. Papa, Odarma, me nam kwanso
who absent? Who the who fia no present. So you absent. Say you absent. What the fans we absent.
Oh, you move your fanny up on your num crimes, you drive on Mr.
Still we absent. Who fia no present. Let's cry Wadarum or Denima Ba feel Yirasa. Yes,
Papa, Yajinaso.
Papa very nice also Nenimaba. That would do the Agosia. All right.
Beverly, so I Beverly, me who Beverly, so.
Just our absent, no.
Okay. Now, only challenge be there.
Papa Pacho, me and Ameba, or absent. Buffett or present.
Americans, why?
If his screen is absent.
Oh, I see. Now then,
nah, me Pacho me absent, but me saw another Zoom. And I can't talk and mean to me face it because me another Zoom a lecture, class 1. And me absent me what has say.
Why are this way you want? Why are
now sorry, so
sorry, present out. So okay, it did all Papa.
Oh, okay.
Pacho you.
Papa, Pacho, sorry, I feel I'm up on me drive, ain't not me what dark when the Papa Mr. Me present.
Yeah, present out one. Okay, now, Bernardo, who are you, Mamma, wanting our boy mask?
Mpacho, me also.
Kwame Kumi, any among pie.
Yo. And then see that was say, wow, what they actually papa at the chair. And then so them quite the domi. That in the air cancer, and then so why wouldn't you answer the dom for domi? Namiya in humu, a war, was semo near to media call a quacoboa, a juma, a was sending our sumayano. And then Yaman cron, the enim, naturally, Yesu Christo demo. Amen.
Amen. So say a best share screen well. Wadaruma. Who are mute?
Hello, Pacho. Your co-host na Amana Pacho.
Okay.
And then Pacho co-host and one everything.
Okay. It's me family, you know.
Everything. Is it the Abbey or Hobiano? Affect to be
Okay, yeah, thank you. All right. Okay.
Still our
Yeah, all right. Thank you. For Sanya Yakan, Yashasia, there 4 weeks in, and then the fourth session, and we have gone through some series about what we call pastoral care in counseling. We haven't delved deep into it. It's a discipline that is so broad that will need your attention. But at least we have gone through to introduce the subject to you so that when you are there in the congregation, you have the tidbits to know how to go about things. Definitely, these things that we have been sharing will come to play in your ministry if they haven't already begun. They'll come to play in your ministry. And many times, we as ministers, we find ourselves perplexed when we are confronted with real life situations, like some of the case studies that we have been going through. It isn't that you don't know, you don't want to, you don't have the desire. It isn't that. The reason is that maybe the skills to handle these issues when they pop up their heads has been the challenge. And that is why we try to take these tidbits and put them in our arsenal so that when the time comes for us to handle such situations, such conditions, we will not be found wanting. We've looked at what pastoral care is. And then we have also considered what counseling actually is. But one thing that I want to emphasize is that counseling is not giving advice. It's different from giving advice. In its technical term, if you give advice to somebody, it means you are telling the person what they should do. But in real counseling situations, you open the options to the person. Then the person has the responsibility to choose for himself or herself. Many a time we give advice. Yeni say, yeni say, yeni say. And so it's like giving a prescription and then you go and take it. So when things don't happen, the blame comes to you, the one who gave the prescription. Doctor no mami said me normally say na manum na masaya yaremo. But in our situation, we open up broadly to the person all the options for them to choose. You help them guide the person for him or her to choose. Then we also saw that it is an art that we need to cultivate. But then trust is a very important ingredient in this ministry, trust. And the mutual trust is very, very important. And we also saw that we are doing this and it's become so critical at this time when many people have entered the fray. They are fattening themselves at the expense of the congregants. So if we see that we have been called to offer care, then it's our responsibility to offer the alternative, the real one, to our people. We have gone through the scripture, the mandate that we are wielding as from the Lord himself. It is the Lord who is giving us the responsibility, and they are explicit that we are to keep the flock, we are to feed them, we are to direct them, we are to pastor them. We have seen it and we have read it for ourselves. We also have seen that it is a dual nature. This discipline is a dual nature. The church has a dual nature. Therefore, our attention to the church should also be dual. Whilst we see the church as an organization which must be managed, it must also be seen as an organism that has life, corporate life in it. It lives. So as we organize the church as an institution, putting all the structures in place, we should also look at that which makes the church, that is, the human beings that constitute the church. It is the human being which constitute the church that makes the church a church. Without them, there's no church. The buildings will just be there. And so when we appreciate this nature, this dual nature of the church, it will help us to be able to manage it and also guide it as it is, offering the care that is they need. And then we also saw that it's just a thin line between pastoral care and spiritual direction. You are taking care of them, as we saw from the biblical mandate. Yen Mingwan, you feed them, but then also you make sure that you direct them aright. Make available food for the sheep, and then you lead them beside still waters. We also have seen 4 things about spiritual direction, according to our friend Bidwell. The art of listening, the art of perceiving, that is discerning things, the art of availing of yourself, make yourself available, and then the art of guiding. And these things help a lot in what we are called to do. Then we went through what spiritual direction, or we call counseling, is. Paying attention to God's, we are helping the congregant to pay attention. We are helping them to pay attention to God. And then they will respond. If they pay attention properly, they will hear God speaking to them. And we saw that God speaks to everybody. And the language that God uses is diverse. They are meant. We don't have only one way through which God speaks. We saw it. Then if we help them, they will then be able to hear God speaking, and then they will respond to him. And as they respond appropriately to God, they begin to grow in intimacy with God. And as they grow in their relationship with God, they begin to show it outwardly. They show that growth outwardly. It is spontaneous, you know. It isn't that mayena mehu sign biya. Indeed, if you respond to God, then it will show in your lifestyle. And that is what we call spiritual growth. So the person, as the person you interact with him or her, you offering the care that is required of us, you begin to see growth. You begin to see change in their life. The quality of your care will determine the level of spiritual growth that you will see in the lives of the congregants. Now, if you have been with the congregation for how many years, and the people continue to remain the same, then you have to recheck your notes again. And then we saw that the focus of spiritual direction or counseling, as we have been saying it, is that it's not an idea. No, it is an experience. And the experience that the person will have of somebody called God. We saw it. So we want our people to feel God. They feel him in their lives. When somebody is feeling God, it does not necessarily mean that everything is going rosy for him or her. No. But whether in dry seasons or in wet seasons, the person will feel God. All right. Then we look at 4 proven ways to an effective spiritual care or direction. We saw that your personal holiness is crucial. Your own personal separation, separated life is crucial. Then we saw that there must be a mutual bond of love and respect between you and the counselee. We also have seen that it's a collaborative effort which seeks guidance from the Holy Spirit. And after all, after everything is done, we will have that sense of freedom in our spirits. When you have helped somebody to handle a situation that has arisen in that person's life, by God's grace, the intervention of the Holy Spirit has come in. You, the counselor, the pastor, you will feel that kind of freedom, that spiritual freeing in you, and he or she will also feel it. Then we saw that our job as catechists should be defined. And even though the Presbyterian Church of Ghana has categorized us as a kind of agents, the real ministry of being a catechist is to facilitate, is to echo the word of God in our lives. And then we help others to also echo the word of God in our lives. And we know we are handling adults, we are handling families, we are handling teenagers, we call them adolescents, and also we are handling children. And what you are doing with them is to passing on the kind of faith that they see in you. What you are teaching them, they want to see you living it. It's a responsibility, a huge responsibility. Today, we want to come to the last part of it, but not the least. Some misconceptions in this ministry. Misconceptions. And they dwell largely on the case studies that we've been dealing with. And I will just run through it quickly so that we will have time to discuss the case studies. I've seen those that have brought theirs. I've seen them, and I can say some and many of you, majority of you, are appreciating what we are discussing. There are a few who are still grappling with coming to terms with it, but that is okay. That's how it is. Gradually, I believe if you should continue checking your notes, reading more, praying, you begin to understand what we are driving at. So there are some 5 misconceptions, and we want to 5 misconceptions that I have listed. Doesn't mean that that exhausts it, no. So we want to look at them. Now, the first.
Please, have you shared your screen? We don't see it. If you have, we haven't seen it. Okay.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Oh, you don't see, eh?
No, Papa.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Do you see it now?
Yes, Papa.
Thank you. Yeah, I said I have 5 misconceptions I have listed for us to discuss. And then afterwards, we will do a general discussion today. I want us to use much more time interacting. Yeah, generally speaking, when you are a pastor, whether a lay or ordained, it is perceived of you to wield unlimited knowledge and underline unlimited knowledge on every spiritual and emotional issue. True or false? True or false? Oh, Ubiaye kum. What mean?
Papa.
True or false?
True. True.
Is it true?
Papa, it is true, but that should not be the case.
Yo, Kweku, you want to jump ahead of the class, eh? Okay, so it's true. You are perceived. You are looked upon to be where we were young children. There used to be some magicians who come intermittently to our village and perform. Isa and Professor Isa and the rest. So they come then with their charms and the rest. Do you know that it still lingers in the minds of our people that if you are a pastor whether you are lay or ordained, you wield some powers, unlimited knowledge on every spiritual and or emotional issue. Unfortunately, many a pastor has fallen victim or prey to such misconception or wrong perception. Such misconception or wrong perception. And also a true and answer true. Have we fallen prey to it? Have we fallen victim to such misconception of us as people who wield unlimited knowledge about every spiritual and emotional issue? Have we? Or have you seen people, some pastors, some caregivers who have fallen prey to such things? And also
Yes,
but who are,
that is true.
it's true, eh?
Yeah, Papa.
Yes, Papa, that is true.
It's true. Okay. Now we were discussing, so that's why I don't want us to go deep into it now. We will be discussed. Then also is the issue about cultural settings. It is unfortunate that some pastoral caregivers fail to situate issues they are confronted with in their right cultural settings. In their right cultural settings. Now, what I'm discussing with you today dwell mostly on the case studies that we've been discussing. So if you have been taking the case studies seriously and not just an assignment, then you will now understand why I gave you those case studies to see. People live differently. They live different lives. They are the different lifestyles, geographically, socially, and emotionally. People have, we call them in classes of people. In some places, they have the caste system. And if you are born, you belong to a caste, a group of people. Unfortunately, if you are born within the caste, the lower caste system, then in the whole society, that is how you are perceived. It's like, just like what is happening in the US, I'm over US, and saying, Yama Kosu, Yama Muhano. And the mechanic tree in a jar, Yama Bomi Waha. And when you near Kosu, the moment so you who Nipebian yet to you are perceived of somebody. And unfortunately, people carry these things in their mind, in their subconsciousness, and they live with it. Truth is that a large section of the clientele of church members who come to us for spiritual direction have cultural mix-ups. Apart from the cultural settings that they have, they also have mix-ups. They find themselves in different situations, in different environments, and they don't know how to handle themselves. It's emotionally, you're almost always down. We know mushia na we know mu dinkomo a. Uhu ewo mo komodie mu. O tinka say, there's something going on. You can't put your finger on it properly. I just say, oh, talk boy, pa. One talk boy, say, wetiti unipa no fat challenges, bimu. Also, are you managing my screen for me? Please.
Please, you are doing it there. You are doing it there, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I got it.
Always try to click on before you scroll. You click on, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the technical advice. Okay. Cultural mix-ups. Many clientele or church members who come in for direction have this mix-up condition. The kasebi or cultural mix-up, what comes into your mind? Somebody has this kind of syndrome. Is it a syndrome? Cultural mixed up syndrome. What comes into your mind? Mr. Adumfe.
Yeah, Papa, my view is someone living outside his or her original geographical environment where the person was born and bred, living outside that environment. And then within the new environment, trying to be like the people in that new environment, but then constantly being haunted by the way he or she was brought up from the previous environment.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. When or what for come? Are we appreciating what this issue of cultural mix-up feelings? The whole nipa hono. Dear Mr. Dunfe, echi muno echi no obi ofofro kan. For instance, she was brought up into the US when she was, she just finished high school. Me, I don't know by. I want to cry, I'm rushing to school. Into your buy, no. Hano Benini. Hano saw by, no. She came to live with a stepmother. Nti stepmother no so didn't say say stepmother and step daughter issue. Nyamia memua, it becomes a different story. Inti mienunu ubia enshadante ni nyonko ase papa. Therefore, why American or Ghanaian and so American and or a teen and obey rem to obey who the type of those who live in the US know the type of a typical African American lady, young lady or lifestyle. Typical, when I say typical in quotes, and inti or behave to say American, meanwhile so or African, Ghanaian, cultural mix-up situations. And this person is in your church, and that person is both an American and a Ghanaian, or neither an American or a Ghanaian. I hope you are getting my picture. Yes. She or he is both an American and a Ghanaian. At the same time, she's not a typical American, she's not a typical Ghanaian. Eti or sa cultural mixed up situation, fabricy a ewonimu. Ena abrabon suni nubeshia, abrabon ni nubeshia. Eti wa oya ne hwefo. How do you handle such a person? And here I'm creating another case study, so I have to be careful. Any other thing for you to add to this cultural mix-up situations now? Any other contribution?
Papa,
Yes.
Maybe again say in a situation like this, I mean personally, I will look at it from say.
No. I'm asking you to tell me how you handle it. I'm saying, what can you say more about it? Not how you will handle it.
Okay.
A case study. It's not a case study.
It's not a case study.
Okay. Mema kasenia mihu mioma fa Mr. Dunford, so I can't need it. What about you? Maybe an angles be or what?
Yeah. But I just want to look at it from a different angle.
Why a different angle? Why a different angle?
Like to bring variety. Say, Mr. Dunford, look at from different angle. And also want to.
Okay, Marty, go on.
But like sociocultural mishap, and based on what you've written here, many clientele or church members who come to the church for direction, they have this sociocultural mishap. But in this case, it stands to reason say we are suffer na sorry more. Na say obia said na Mr. Dunford echim onya Ghana ni onya America ni, but osin say intem no. If that person is coming to you for a direction, the person they have a kind of mindset ordinam, and they expect you the osofo or you the catechist to go through a certain thing. Maybe that is what that person is used to, and that is what the person is expecting. And it is the one who nipa on the background now who say, or no one say, "Oye ampine, onya anoma, or no so onye about them from, but oye ampine, or since mua, bia na odi anoma de na kwa form no so onya anoma." Until now, I say the person will not be satisfied with the kind of direction out there, man. The person will not be, will not appreciate the support now there, man, because of the cultural mess up. What the person was expecting, when ya no, but it be your fault. Unim say, "Sana the situation, no."
Okay. Hey, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else
Mede kakra ka o meba from kakra na me.
Is it
Sa de ultimi hu pefe ye. Sabi sa wo hwe ye wo America ya. Sometimes at church yet often na. Ube say sabi na obi de ni nsabo nkum o de akotum. O de odi kuresika na de ade na koto yuwanu. Na okọ. Sabi yeni aye fifi no say ade we nye right. But omo free ewa ha na ye wo mo ha na mo abesua ha no mo asetene mo amamre no culture no mo for say enye hwe. Another simple thing is sabi akola hu panyina they say bia o papa pra otime boni din Joe yen so say yin time nka na say Joe just bia the because owura ana papa. Indeed, sad de no na ye the simple na who this cultural mix up no mo. So no papa ko nya asem na o say the over from now can say papa chere me kwan ni say ono chere say there be I have my right. He say no was say me ye no. Eno na me hwa afanu mi ne edisa the ye kan cultural mix up no ever.
Thank you. So thank you very much, Ben. The problem, but it's a problem. But when we understand it as a cultural mixed up situation or condition, a boy yen so yen You know, how does it help us as caregivers in this situation? How does it help us?
Papa, I think that it will help you to know how to approach the person. It will help you to know how maybe he or she is thinking, her thinking or his thinking process. Because for instance, if Obana, maybe Oba America at the age of 3 years, definitely, you know, when you are counseling such a person at some point of his life, you are focusing more on Ghana Nyoma or Ghana traditions and Ghana ways. Sometimes you will not meet his expectation. But so the thinking process and they say, okay, or then something come now to offering, all right. But baby, I will raise in the app, which is American. You will know how to go about it and direct her in a way so you wouldn't make him feel bad disorder in Sabin Kumaye. But at the same time, you will draw his attention to it to say, who do want Sabin Kumaya and Kano so yeah.
Okay. Yes, to us will be of for now. Be of for this friends, social cultural mishap on a very, very powerful point. Yen as caregivers say you appreciate you beat me a boa for pa. I have seen many a minister, many a catechist, many a church leader lambasting and blasting people about this issue. So now, unfortunately, they do it, lump them together and do it openly. If you are sorry them, to say a typical one to say near Ben kind say, or then in Sabin kum akoto offering. Na who as the catechist who jina dominant now who condemn nipan to him or her in Sabin kum ni sanifan there's no distinction. Ubi kura bishiano ubizan say die wo no ye kwasiada na say ukuyada oye Ghana ni American or say onim die wo no say ye fiada na say ye kwasiada only dey ni onim ni say e bia May 10 or June 12 and I say. But the first time that I heard about that, it was a shock to me. But then I realized that it's a cultural shock. So I must brace myself quickly to address it. So, we African. Doesn't matter whether you have been here for how many years, but unim die wo say kwesiada say juada. It was a shock in the my first time of hearing it. Now, it is a man ye na me gina asafo nanim na me blasted the part even know how many die wo money ade I am insulting the cultural sensitivity of people. It's something that we must appreciate it very, very well. Be phobia now on this issue because
Papa, there is one thing I will want to share, and this is a personal experience I had in one of the local churches here. Growing up in Ghana and just traveling around the world, I tend to admire and then like the cultural clothing of the various countries. And as a Ghanaian here, I went to church in my Ghanaian clothes. And then at the end of the service, I had one of the ministers come to me and then tell me that now I am in a new place, so I should just not be coming to church in my Ghanaian clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I heard that, as you said, it was a shock to me. I mean, for one of the ministers to be saying that. But I had to then look at him and then look at where he is coming from, and then not to say anything. But in my mind, I told myself that it does not matter what I'm wearing, and that is also not going to change me. Incidentally, this minister did not spend much time there. I think that was the last time I saw him in the church. So that is something I thought will fit into this socio-cultural mix-ups.
Thank you. Yes.
Can we chip in a question here? And I train about this same topic.
Or you can ask.
Okay, Papa, in a situation where this cultural mix-up coming, what do we do, especially with the parents? Just like, let's say, the child supposed not to call the dad by name, but here is the case that she or he is doing because he's an American, and the dad doesn't want that. So it has brought a problem between them. And the child is saying that I have my right because I'm American. What do you do? Oh, yeah.
Ben wants to give us a case study, another case study. Okay, maybe you can shelve it for some time. All right, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
That's a very good point. So the reason why I'm spending time here is this is the kind of people we are expected to care for. Now, one thing that I learned when I came into the system, said, and he said, we baby near be war. We don't look at the other side of to everything there are two sides. One, as America, the Yantiabo fra. Intimimi ye or four, minimum quines and metian. And no, me the other side, no qua, but me Ghanaian, me African. Ain't he minim say me chrome so yet tiabo fra. So now I find myself in a mix here, culturally. And I may be pro. So the yes, and tiabo fra, nabufra no pro. Now I deba kwam you see, baby, there. Stop it. No, asa. Stop it. I didn't saw stop and you unstoppable. Eti umwa nafi mi bano abeye bribi amame. Abeye bribi amame. And when you deal with the parents, their major concern here. Papa me be you. Now I have been in children and teen ministry for a long time, so there are a lot of things that I have come across by God's grace. Know how to handle these issues with young people. But if you see the parent say, why are you so perplexed, so challenged, or know how to go about things? The who pastor and who or all expect you will say you will come and do his or her job that should have been done long ago. Amano. This cultural mix-up issue How do we balance ourselves as parents, as Ghanaians, as Africans, and as Americans, as Australians? The mix-up is there. Yes, we came from a background where you, the parent, can chastise your child, and they say hokra trouble about. You can chastise your child. In our time when we were younger, you will go and kasa. But now we move into another geographical setting, another cultural setting where you can't touch the child. You can't do it. And yes, it is good. Say pesa ube assault abofrano. Fine. The protections are there. But how does the person balance the two? I've lived with, I've had things with the white. Before I became Osofo, I used to visit them a lot in their homes, and they discipline their children. They do it. But these same people would then come on the air and then condemn those things. Now, one more year, I know it from first hand. But then they come and lump these things on us and try to handcuff us from offering the kind of training that we know of, that we know they are good for our kids. Then we get ourselves caught up in this cultural mix-up, this social cultural mix-up, and we don't know how to handle things. Now you're not proper. Then it goes on and on and on and on. Another aspect of it is not knowing what to eat and not what to eat. What not to eat. What to eat and what not to eat. And because of the availability of everything in their geographical environment, they get caught up in those social issues, They get mixed up. But deep down in their subconsciousness, they feel it. There's something in them that is fighting against it, that is saying no. How do they handle it? This socio-cultural mixed-up is real. And many of the issues that may come up to you as a pastor, as a grateful, will stem from this. But if you don't take your time to analyze it, you will not know. You handle something that with just the surface, just scratching the surface. Adena kasa de oksheho. To uja no anu asanya kwa kofa. Ade se preko a wadware no. Asanya kwa kutum ebi. It's so deep. How do we come to terms with it? Obi ofoforo become hello. Then also, Obi ankasa de ametwaso. Those of us who are called to offer pastoral care or spiritual direction to these brothers and sisters will have to acquire an appreciable understanding of this reality. We have to acquire it. We have to know it. We have to make it our business to investigate, to understand, to know it. a calling no adwuma no bia, so that if somebody comes to me to present a situation now, quickly I will perceive the underlying factors, the things that are giving cause to what he or she is telling me. Ɛbɛboa me as a caregiver to be able to help that person more sustainably than say, if a buyer, I will go to that. I don't want to go there now. All right. The next point is what I call the cut and paste syndrome. The general and or easier application of what I call the cut and paste does not work in an effective pastoral care and direct ministry. What do you mean? What do I mean by cut and paste? What do I mean by cut and paste? That is one or a counseling prescription that will work back in Ghana and or Africa may not be effectively applicable in this current sociocultural environment or situation. But because I used it when I was in Ghana, as the example. Because I could apply it in Ghana, and I'm used to it. So I'm so conversant with it. And so I also apply it here. Cut and paste does not work in an effective pastoral care and counseling ministry. Those involved in agricultural practices will advise, I hear Papa Okujampo or no agriculture they will advise that in order to ensure good produce, seeds as well as soil ought to be treated and prepared before every transplanting process. Recently, I saw on the net that people said they have discovered apple in Ghana. People have planted apple and they are doing well. Grape. So the notion that used to be said the Ghanaian soil was not conducive for apple is being removed. All right. Then my question is, how come that we had that notion? So the Ghanaian soil was not good, suitable for apple. Then the next question is, how come that there's now a proof that the soil in Ghana can produce apple? Then my third question is, does that mean that everywhere in Ghana, every soil in Ghana can produce apple? So these three questions cropped up in my mind. Now, when I liken it to what we are discussing, the understanding I am getting is, so it means that it is not every crop that can grow in every soil. Now, if I want a particular crop to grow in a particular soil, what do I have to do about it to ensure growth? And here is what I mean by cut and paste. when we lump things, situations about conditions are sorry, but then we lump things together on it. Then it become like this cut and paste situation. Why do you say woman? Why do you say? Hello. And I'm emoting. Do we have our ladies?
Okay.
Is Beverly in? Erica in?
Yes, Papa, I'm here.
Okay, I see you. All right. Also, for you, exercise in Tamuan coming nipa bebre. Okay, yes. Somebody wanted to speak.
Father, I wanted to say something small about the cut and paste, you know. But with the cut and paste, you know, what I also know is that even it works intra. Say even asafunum kran even say Ghana hompo krana Ghana hono as a sofo and even cut keys. Now, Krum ha.
Don't worry yourself there.
Kroma yewo, say kroma yewo mpukra no. Ebia obi the situation aba. The situation no say na esitie no. Fine, motimi ahwe atuka ho asem ba ko mienu. In future no obi so the particular situation be by. It looks similar to the obidi kind ede by no, and you want to use the solution you gave to the first person no to solve that same problem now because it has that resemblance, but they are different entities altogether. If they are influencing the first person no go through that situation no, if the second person they cause through that problem now, if you are any part of to me and simple man and tiama medru and him say even though they have that resemblance, they must be treated as a separate entity and not because me you see way that they went to know. I just want to use this to help this person because the same thing.
So you see my point here, my point number 5. What does it say? My point number 5, fact check. What does it say? See,
no two cases are the same.
No two cases are the same. No two cases are the same. Just as Kweku has said. Even when I am here and a case comes and it looks like the previous one that I handled, I should not lump the prescription onto the other one. Let me give you an example. Recently, I was given a medication and for stomach upset. Usually I have gas in my system. So I was given a prescription and it was there, but I didn't want to use it. And I'm saying, yare challenges, but then Mama also had a problem with her stomach. And I told her, or she said, no. You know, Mama, she's a pharmacy technician. So I said, Debbie, mean to me, no, sir. Now, so say the same yare, or say, no, it was prescribed for you, not for me. So it's just as Kweku was sharing, they may seem similar, they may look alike. Oh, I said my buy no back on any there. You men call me no sooner and now I'm a retrieve no sooner than here. Once a jet and a pub back when we are back and you never back. And that is what we are being cautioned against. No two cases are the same. Why is it so? Why is it so? Hadi, I want you to contribute. Why is it so? Why is it that no two cases are the same?
Papa, just want to come in. As individuals, we have individual personalities, we have individual experiences, and we are different. So normally issues and almost in everything, the way every individual handles it is different. So when there is a case with one person, or when there is a case with the same case with two people, they will handle them differently. And the way they will approach it will be different. So cases per se with individuals will need to also take into consideration the individual's approach to handling issues and then dealing with life in general.
Thank you. No two individuals are the same. Yes.
Mr.
Who is it?
Community.
Okay.
But Mr. Niawo can say asasi soil biara ene senia etieno. Be a problem be a fast yawaresem. Na awaresem no ne ba soro ne nyina kire se ebia oba ne be ma no ebia omku ofie. And asentiase ni aware ni mu. Na mom no ohwa root no be a problem ni free no. For number one case, no, is different from another one. No?
Okay.
Enti no, untumi mfa we die no enfentriti we. Let's say for instance, say, mini bi ubi ohono ma oba kurom hana ni kunu advice ni say, credit cards ni ade enye. Enti no, sa de no menkum because when you be ba ho so no na e ka beda wanim.
Yeah.
Na eno no be ma ne kan no anya adwuma enti ade ni didi ma enne afei akoye bibi foforo enti se obema no e ka se bi oba no emu afie ni ade a oso ode de ka enso bra oba no be ma no e ka asasem no e kire no sa ade no antumi anya adwuma ena another scenario so another part of our refu a ono nso eba no obedu ha na ye ka chenso obi ano a ebene enti no ono nso efie adwuma no aye bibi foforo enti sa nipa mienu ye do nyina aba wanim so hwefo a wesama ware enti sa wode sa aduro no se ni america we en medical kan we ya papa me ni se ebeye adwuma at the same time because obia route a asem ni free by ni different.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Also, what do you say about this? We have touched on 5 points. Wrong perception that you, as the caregiver, you have the powers for unlimited power, for a knowledge for everything that comes to you emotionally, spiritually, who you're here for. Into your soul to me, that is the perception, and you also swallow it. We are saying that it is wrong. You don't know everything. You don't have the knowledge for everything, and you can't solve all problems. Number 2, the cultural settings are so crucial in our ministry. What was done or could be done back home in Ghana or Africa may not, and I use the word advisedly, may not necessarily be done here. The confrontations are different, they are diverse, they are several. The cultural settings are also different. You must situate issues in their right cultural settings. when I was a minister, many of you were not ministers. You were not catechists at back home. Timothy Prade, Hanuntina have me jump on temtem and said that apply to you, Papa. But applies to me because I was a minister back in Ghana before I came over here. And so the challenge, the temptation is always there. Say, oh, Nasadia, wait there. Oh, if you need to me, yeah, if you don't take your time, you will cause a mess because the cultural settings are different. And this is if you find Sabin Kumunchia, answer the ultimate Sabin Kumuchia. Then we came to the third point. We said the socio-cultural mix-ups. Now, Hannah seminal walk power. The socio-cultural mix-up. Me a Ghanaian, me a American. Me a Ghanaian, me say American. Me say Australian. But subconsciously, no. You say me Ghanaian, me African. There are near cost socially, culturally, and I can't distinguish the two. I can't separate them. Hammy, and as a ha, as a fubano. It shows its head in several ways. Emotionally, emotional outbursts, kind of languages that come out from our mouth. So we share our social meetings now. A year say I they show themselves out properly. When I and then they come to us as caregivers. You situate the issue in this setting. You situate it here. Now, me address issue. Then we are saying that don't jump into conclusions. Don't cut and paste. Because the soils and the crops, the seeds are not the same. One fit all in principle, in our ministry. Even though they may look alike, then we know that no two cases are the same, as we have been discussing now. They are not the same. They may look alike, but they are not the same. Yes, any question? Or contribution? Then afterwards, we will look at the case studies for the last time. Or you can use a case study that you think can address some of these issues as a contribution. Yeah. Should I call your name? Like, say, Beverly? Because I haven't heard you speaking since we started 4 weeks ago.
So, Papa, were you saying I should contribute to what you just said?
Whatever you want to contribute to.
Okay, so for my part, I believe we are created differently. We've got different upbringing, and us, when God created us, we've got different faces. Everything is different. So you can't treat me as you treat my friend. We are all different people, even though we come from same background or same culture. We are all different people coming together. So we should be treated as different individuals.
Thank you. So how are you going to handle it when cases come to you?
I will address the issue in a different way, as in who you are or what the case is how I'll address it. It depends on the situation or the case.
Okay. Give us one example. Okay, Mikwawa. Let me go to Erica. So Bevelyn, think of one case that you handle, and then when I come back to you, you share with us. Erica.
Papa.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't really have anything to say.
I'll come to Obaya, so Obaya, prepare. Yes. Erica, you don't have anything to share?
No, please.
So how are you understanding what we are discussing? It doesn't mean that you are not really understanding what we are discussing.
Not really.
Not really, yeah. Thank you for being so candid. Not really, okay. What is it about it that you don't understand?
About the cultural aspects.
Mm.
Yeah.
What is it about the cultural aspect that you don't understand?
The dignity and respect.
The dignity and respect of what?
In terms of culture.
Mm. What do you think that we said about culture in our presentation today?
Example is when the other guy was talking in church, people use their left hands to give offerings, and that is not our culture. Even use their left hands to greet elderly people, calling elderly people with their first name. It's also not our culture. So, yeah.
And what is it about this that you don't understand? That's what I want to know. Am I picking on you? Young Komra, let's. I'll come back to you. Obaya,
Okay.
Obaya, share with us what is going on. Only and what there. Where is Obaya? I want to
What's
see.
the latest set on Amkwaso Kwedma?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Who can help Erica? Erica says she doesn't seem to understand these cultural issues we are talking about. If I understood her well, that is what she says. Who can help?
Yeah, I just, Papa, if I can come in.
Hello, Erica, are you there? Are you listening?
Yes, please, I'm listening.
Just going to use Bernardo's example of using the left hand to just put the collection in, for example. Back in Ghana, it is a sign of disrespect to use your left hand to do things. There are some people who are left-handed, but even back at home, they are urged to use the right hand, although they are left-handed. And so there is a lot of emphasis on using the right hand. But when we look at the context here, say, for example, here in Australia, that same cultural issue is not here. And so people are free to do anything with either hand. But then when you see people using the left hand here, we need to be very careful to just bring what we know from Ghana in here to judge them. If we bring the discipline that we were trying to discipline people in Ghana, that everything will need to be done by the right hand. If we bring that here, that could create a problem. So we should be mindful of that and then handle that appropriately. I think that is what I can share.
Thank you very much. That's why you are the class.
Yeah. Hello, Papa.
Yeah, Towasi. Who wants to speak? Ben? Is that Ben?
Yes, sir.
Towasi, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Erica. Is Erica there?
Yes, please, I'm here.
Yeah. Did you hear what our brother was sharing?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is your take on it?
I think it makes a lot of sense because, yeah, that is what I was thinking. Because some of them here at the workplace I work, some of them are left-handed. So I was thinking, what if the person it's left-handed? You know, is it also cultural inappropriate?
Yeah, that is what we are trying to discuss here with us caregivers. We catechists that should such a scenario come up in your ministry, somebody comes to you and complains that, do you see this person, this brother, this sister, anytime he or she comes to me, he uses the left hand to gesture or to do this and that, and maybe it become an insult to the person, and it comes to you as the catechist of the place. How would you handle it? Erica?
Yes, Daddy.
But
okay.
What you say? Do you understand it now?
Yes, I understand now.
So if you do not appreciate the culture in which you are ministering, you will lump something on them which may not be appropriate.
Okay.
Are you understanding that?
Yes, please.
Good. Now,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you, Mr. Dunford. That's why you are the class captain. Yes, Brother Ben, you wanted to speak.
Okay.
Beverly, are you there?
Yes, Papa.
Can I come back to you?
Yes, but what I have for you is not a case study, but it's a question I think. Yes. Okay. So when they were talking about the cultural aspect, that's when it drew my attention. So can we say that as Ghanaians that we've come to other countries, there are certain times where on Sundays where we need to come to church, we rather go to work. Is this something we can also say it's the social cultural mix-up thing? I'm not really.
That's a very good question. A very, very relevant question. The church member is not regular on Sunday services. And then the excuse is that I am on duty on Sunday, certain Sundays, not all. Now, you know we are helpful or suffer. Say, now kwesiada na ukwa juma. Kwesiada de yankwa juma o. Kai humida na di no kronkron. Then you quote the Bible to him or her. What are you doing to him? What do you think you are doing to her? Can help us. The question that Beverly raised is a very, very, very important and real question in our setting.
Yeah, Papa, I will come in again. Over here, I am in Perth, Western Australia, and we do have some of our members who are in that situation. And as a caretaker, I understand it. And you just encourage people because that is what he or she also does for a living. But then, as we have also learned, all we need to do is to just encourage one another in the area of the faith. And as the person's faith grows, then the person will come to the realization or will be able to manage that part of his or her life better. But we should not say that, for example, back in Ghana, we don't go to work on Sunday, so over here you cannot do the same. If we do that, then we will run into a lot of problems. But then as an individual, if we are able to nurture the faith of the individual, then the individuals will start addressing those issues themselves. So a time will come that if it is possible to choose a shift that is outside the Sunday, then that individual will do that, and that will resolve the issue.
Thank you very much. Is that coming my own? Yes.
This is Ben Kwashi.
Ben,
I
yes.
want to add a little to what Mr. Dunfe has just said.
Mm-hmm.
I was in that situation myself back in Virginia. I used to work with the United States Postal Services. And when you start, you are supposed to work for 7 days. That is including Sunday. So I was with that Ghanaian mentality that I don't have to work on Sunday. I was actually agitating that I want to stop the work and look for a work that to give me that freedom to go to church on Sundays. But some of the presbyters in the church called me and told me that some of these things are temporary. So I should just take my time. All I have to do is make sure I am present at evening services that are not Sunday, whilst I am off duty. And also bring my tithes and offerings when I have them coming on those weekends. Let your presence be felt on weekend during the weekend activities, and also through the offerings that we bring to church on Sunday to support the work of God. Bring them and show up on weekends. That is okay until the Sunday situation is solved. So we can use some of this through the encouraging words of the presbyters. I was able to stay in until that Sunday issue got away from my schedule. So I think it's a good thing. We encourage our members to understand that those situations are temporary and encourage them to show up when they are off a duty. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Beverly, is it making sense to you?
Oops. Yeah, it is.
It is, okay. Now let us look at this. My brother, Mr. Dunfe, raised a very important point there when he was trying to address the question. Let us go back to the spiritual direction issue, the anticipated effects. And I did share with you that you are helping the congregant as you offer that direction, so that the person will pay attention to God's personal communication to him or her. You are helping, like what our brother Ben Kwashi said, that when it was an issue, you could not go to church on Sunday because of work constraints. But then church meets on Sunday for worship. Why does he get involved? Thank God he had wise elders who helped him appropriately, correctly. Yes, it's an issue, but don't panic, relax. And then by guiding him, he heard God personally communicating to him. And then because he listened to God, there was a response. He responded, oh, you can still participate through the weekdays meetings that we have. You can still be part of it. And so he responded to, and then you can also offer your services by means of tithes and offering, and then your presence there. So he began to respond to this communicating God, to the challenge that he had. And by so doing, there was joy. So he saw growth. So Ben continued with the system, with the church. And it helped him to get closer to God. Oh, even though I cannot go to church on Sundays because of my work constraints, I can still have a means of being there with God, with the folks. And then started living out. So you see, our ministry is to guide our brothers and sisters whom we have been asked, we have been charged to pastor. We are not there to lump solutions on them, but to guide them, to help them, so that in every situation they can see through how God is communicating with them. Whether it is cultural mix-up situations or not, they will hear God, they will see God in it. Where the challenges are to say, who ni awonye, ono awonye Ghanaian, ono so awonye American, awonye Australian. You as the catechist, you as the caregiver, you are helping him or her. Me ma a problem amame. Because how did it begin? You as the caregiver, you are helping him or her to get closer, to listen to God. God is speaking to me, even in this. So how do I go about it? Listen to God. There is a solution that comes only from God. Only from God. Solutions come only from God. But God uses his people, and you are one of those people he uses to help solve issues. Whatever issues are, and be careful you don't do cut and paste. And we are quick, but they don't usually help. And remember, no two cases are the same. Any question? Any other question?
But just a quick follow-up question to Sister Bevelyn. Question now, Obisai, I just want just a quick follow-up question.
Okay.
I'll take it from Mr. Ben's submission. You see, when you take Mr. Ben's case, for instance, it's like there was no room for escape. Well, very restricted into 5 days. You can understand and bear with him. Say this is a problem, but there are others. Or this is Sunday shift. I better keep no because Sunday double pay. And Sunday, we are to say, and you're double pay. It is not an issue, say, the German is so restricted, say, or nyan who tabrena, but or no enough bomb modern say, considering the end and shift to the top 1 year of Kakodi. About what boom, yes, we're going to assume, and I so Thierry. About I know, Dharma, send it this year, I know so.
Sir, on fast and be ambro or the abro.
About so there be on Father 2 many.
So then how do you handle it?
Of course, no.
Yeah, but so on fast and be ambro means there's no issue.
Oh, sorry.
Aha, that is where the issue is. That is where the issue is. So how would you handle such an issue as Ogafo? We as a who was a for baby or sorry. How do you go about it? It's a case study. How do you go about it? And so how do you go about it, Kwagu?
But so whatever, I think just as we've said, I will call the person, ask the person why he or she is not coming to church, and I know obviously the person will tell you, "Oh, Majuma Semo."
You see, presumptions. I mean, you see, what Bunuferio, where Dinasam Ebuano come for already, and so now I no bed deal the crown. You have already judged the case.
Yeah.
You see, so do you think that you get any productive encounter? You see, and it's normal. And yet hypothetical, normal, it's practical that we the caregivers, we the pastors, we prejudge issues before they come up. And when you have taken the lead ahead of God, ahead of the Holy Spirit, don't expect any productive answer. Because you have already judged the case and condemned the person. And the Okoyeni, they are just academic. My friend, just academic. And in what we said, the church is composed of the systems and the persons. The systems and the persons. Don't forget, the organization is there. It's a set. Meaning didn't come as a set. As a set because the organization imposes on me that responsibility. But then there is the human factor of it. Even though you know that Sunday double pay here, but then why is he so? I didn't know Sunday double pay. I didn't know sorry. There must be a reason. Is he going through any challenges, financial challenges? Or is it just the love of it? Because he wants to be rich quickly and go and build mansions at home? Or he doesn't even understand he sees the church as just a social gathering. So you see the human side of it, where you, the pastor, will have to understand. Now, what you mean? I hope we are understanding this issue, this whole issue that we are discussing. Okay.
Papa, personally, that issue, your last point, my little surveyor, when I was in New York, is that your last point, When I said, okay, I saw you cry, I said, then what am I even getting from it? They were looking at it from that side and more. And You know, that's where I kind of saw it from.
Yes. And so we know that there are some people in the church, it is what they get from it. And there is not the spiritual and nourishment, but the material help they will get from the church. We are sorry about and from what the experience I got in New York is that so people want to be there so that BBC even mukura mommy will 3 times. So mama we yeah, and then it is my responsibility as the pastor to help such people. This ministry we are in is inexhaustible. And if we want to go, we will not finish. But
thank you.
So
I'll see you. Everything is okay.
And here.
No. Okay, let me put.
Are we safe?
You stand over there, so you stand.
Are we safe?
Okay.
So I want to end here. But what I'm saying that this ministry, the dynamics are inexhaustible. But God has called you. And so if God has called you and you allow him, he will equip you. He will equip you. But you have to allow him to equip you. Avail yourself to him. Now, wait me up, boy nipa. At the end of the day, your ministry will grow. People will love to be God's children in God's church. You will also be appreciated and loved. And God will continue to bless you. Thank you for having the time for me to also share what is on my heart with you. I appreciate it. Thank you for everyone. The case studies, and that is what I'm going to present to my superiors as my report. So if you haven't brought yours, if you haven't brought yours, please bring it. That is my examination paper. What the bar, and then I'm the beko. Namely, I quite champagne for say, Niamoye no say Nami Huno. Woodieni. I mean, Shirao. I saw from Sumidawasi for giving me the privilege to share with my brothers and sisters. God bless you all. Amen.
Amen. Oh, amen. Everything for again here, catch Papa. Papa,
God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Next week, a very revision and I said.
Oh, do I have?
I'm only asking. I'm only because it ends today.
It ends today, yeah.
It ends today. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, thank you. So, class captain and class rep, on behalf of the class, as Papa is ending his part today, please stand then and Papa for us, please.
Yeah, Papa Reverend Berima Apia Dankwa. On behalf of everyone, all my colleagues, we say a very big thank you for everything that you have taken us through. This pastoral care and counseling. This pastoral care and counseling is a huge part of being a caretaker. And as you rightly said, there is this perception that if you are a pastor, then you should have all the knowledge. but then through what you have shared with us, you have highlighted our awareness of what we can do in even such situations, even to help others. So in all that, Papa, we say, we thank you very much for allowing yourself for God to use you this way. Thank you, Papa, very much.
Thank you too. Thank you.
All right, so Papa, thank you so much. We'll be waiting for the final assessment sheet. Papa moderator would want to also have a look at the performance of your class. Thank you so much.
Okay. And so are you going to bring the sheet, the performance sheet to me?
Yes, I'll bring a common one that will be able to get all of them. So I'll give you one that is bearing all their index numbers. Then the one you record on should bear only index numbers because we'll broadcast it to them. So no one should see another person's marks. But you, as a facilitator, will know who is who, and they themselves will also know this is my index number. Thank you.
So in that case, as I said, please, if you haven't submitted your case studies, do so. I give you the chance to do it before the forms are brought to me so that I can assess you correctly, accurately. And Mitibua, I am a Jami. God bless you. Thank you.
So, I before you go, I personally want to thank you so much because these few days that you have been with us, I think from the somewhere along the line, I make mention that this is my favorite course, and I always look up Wednesday to come here. And I want to ask if it is possible that when we go back to the field and there are challenges, if we can contact you, just as in the secular world, students go back to their professors for answers when things are getting tough in the field. If we have that permission to contact you in case we need your assistance.
Yeah, I'm available. Now you are becoming my colleague. We are all colleagues, so we can share. Bible says iron sharpens iron. So if you share with me the challenges you may be going through, and I also ask God for direction, I can also share with you. So you are welcome.
Thank you, Papa.
Yeah, but please, it shouldn't be a case where you will bypass your district minister to come out and then it becomes like but your district minister is also there. I hope you understand it.
Yes, Papa.
Okay, this is an issue with it's personal, person-to-person issue. It's not about because the policy says this, and I want you to submit obediently to your authority. That is what Bible says. God bless you.
Thank you, Papa.
All right. Thank you, Papa. Before you go, I want you to just, in a sentence, encourage them, those who feel called to respond to the call. So please, in your own words, how you, because they have started a very good platform, but very soon some of them will become ministers. Having been in experience in the ministry for a call and even over, we would appreciate your counsel, all of us.
Yeah, I see a lot of potential from your submissions and contributions in class. I see a lot of potential. And so if you feel the call on your life, please, please, don't be stubborn. I was stubborn for 20 years. No, for 12 years before I threw in the tower. For 12 years, I was running away with a lot of excuses. But Nyangopon, we could try excuses, but I went through a very difficult time for that 12 years, you know, before I responded. So if you feel the call on your life to become a minister, an ordained minister, please obey the call. Now, when you mean our friend, why? And as I said, I see a lot of challenge potentials in a lot of you, a lot. And you man so. And yeah, a year because I am in person. Yeah, you know, press before until let me say it. PCG for now is slow country. There's a say no yenti menye. Nanka me na me ye a year and come at the color ni dia bo nyina na watimi akwa ye man. Because the Jumano so and so my phone so. Tinyame frewa by in now I think that a trend is changing. Also for bear out that the trend is changing, that those of you who are out there and you are working, you still have the chance to become ministers whilst you are still working. Challenge kakra ne beba, but bibi anywhere anyame ewo mu a enye. So that it is not that when you become a minister, then you have to resign your work. And then, you know, sa era no ye chom ho. Inchi, nyame frewa, misrewa, because ye nyamo. Yanu de akaka krebi na ya ezitio, kakakre bi na ye ko. But edume na kwaye ne ya bedoi, ena ye bui, ena look at Australia, vast. In America, vast. Canada, vast. And people are coming on board. Our people are seeing that, oh, yeah, sorry, naba. They are coming on board. In Nyanka, every congregation has a minister. Every congregation has a minister. Iti nipaucho. Nyame frewa tio. Ti. Na wentia. Na obnyawa. Obetimi akoda ensuo mu epomu ma apata menu. And sana afi wako ne suma no. Eno so enya homoka. It happened to me. Don't let it happen to you. God bless you. That's all for me, that's it.
Thank you once again, Papa.
God bless you. God bless you. Now, may class one teacher say a word to Solomon. It's in northern region. The word to Solomon is in northern region. Therefore, Nyame asumge enkam bebre. Enim se mbebre ho a Nyame ede papa be so a amebin so. Onyame so de bebre. Edwuma no mu go ahodo. Here computer, form minimum computer no be this of. Here onim accounting mu be this of. Oh yes, he'll be a carpenter, not be this of. Ebi I don't know. He'll be a lecturer, and also be this of because we are so so I can see you be this of for baby our area no one no wash ho. We can show yes as Yankopon nyonyam bebre. The greatest job on a mafan. The difference between a suffer and a caretaker and a suffer or ultimate communion. Suffer ultimate boesu. Suffer ultimate shroud. So the ordinances and send my home sacrament in the idea. Caretaker. I saw in Shadam my home now. These are the differences. Apart from that, rule in there. Nina, take me preco. So you have already started very well. Papa, Burma, appear, Danka, any Nebusia, Yamishama, very any moon for. I mean, come on, and then face a mobile through. Papa, so we as I'm CDA, New Hop, but Monster, never Papa, next week, Papa, yes,
Ebinum fa omo case studies in Mayo into one day.
Okay. Pamcho.
We don't need examination. Papa can say me na make us say, yeah, you bought Ramsey Ramsey. Ramsey was a carpenter, was a builder.
Wow.
That was his profession.
Wow.
And you didn't buy. So you didn't buy no on your ordained. You didn't buy and son now more ordained.
Wow.
So and so we had Juma of a boy. And then a boy Ramsey a dear, not Presbyterian EBI. Hey, but his ministry was with the hands. It is a say there. Sorry, no, we move away. It's in Pachon Cassette, me by also for I because I'm in Yamajuma and Yano Craig. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Papa. May the Lord bless you. Therefore, the program no very sabria your line you see. Na we are students in the about made them come. Would made them come. Obra Namoko. I mean, Sham. I mean, ye free. Me free. Facebook, Nafi. In Jam Namon Paso. All right. Now, do you if I could remember Patrick? I didn't know. I'm a machine.
Papa, my difference, I say, Papa, man, who is even just for more.
France, I would see a pharmacy. Me pay my cover, we're good with the fans. Wow, Yami Sham of every, you must say.